According to reports, Teresa Giudice is desperate and will stop at nothing to save Rhobh in the face of cancellation rumors. Following an unsuccessful season 14, the Bravo reality TV program took a break. To film a reunion special, the women were not even allowed to be in the same room. For months, there have been persistent rumors that the show will either be completely canceled or relaunched with a brand new cast, similar to the Real Housewives of New York. To salvage the program, how far will the original star go? According to reports, she is willing to put aside her conflict with her brother and his wife, since she is so concerned about the show's survival. In order to save Rhobh, Teresa Giudice is desperate to make peace. Teresa Giudice talked about her long-standing conflict with Melissa Gorga, her sister-in-law. She responded, "Never say never," when asked if she would think about putting the feud behind her. The decision was made in the midst of speculation that Bravo is filming season 15 of Rhobh without any of the season 14 cast members. Teresa Giudice has put Melissa and Joe Gorga out of their lives one more. In the past, the family members tried to record the show together and made amends. Melissa and Teresa were not communicating at the time of the season 14 finale, and the truce was short-lived. The Rhobh cast was divided into two groups to watch the season's last episode together, rather than Bravo's customary reunion episode, to cap out the season on a positive note. Teresa Giudice is worried and desperate to return to Rhobh, according to a production-related source who spoke to Oak magazine. This is definitely someone who hates her brother and Melissa, but she is thinking of giving up and making amends with them after realizing she might not have a job, the insider said. However, money talks, as does the possibility of losing her prominent position on the show and her notoriety as a result of it, the insider continued. She is essentially saying that she will do whatever it takes to stay on the show. Bravo suspended Rhobh for the time being. Meanwhile, viewers can watch season 4 of Fox's Special Forces, World's Toughest Test, to see Teresa and Giudice. On Thursday, September 25, the new season will debut. The star of Bravo's wife swap will be Melissa Gorga. Melissa Gorga, not to be outdone, is now the star of a brand new reality television program. On Wife Swap, the Real Housewives edition, she is one of the Housewives stars. Bravo will debut the spinoff on Tuesday, October 14. 4 Real Housewives stars spend a week exchanging their lives with non-celebrities on the show. The other 3 Bravo celebrities taking part in the swap are Dr. Wendy Osifo, Emily Simpson, and Angie Katsanevas. For more than a decade, the Real Housewives of New Jersey has thrived on table-flipping fights, explosive family feuds, and friendships that combust as quickly as they form. But the woman who has remained at the center of it all, the unmistakable Teresa Giudice, now faces a new reality. With rumors swirling about declining ratings, cast walkouts, and Bravo's decision to cancel the traditional reunion for the first time in franchise history, insiders claim Teresa is suddenly desperate to make peace, fearing the fate of the show she helped build could rest squarely on her shoulders. The weight of a legacy. Since season 1, Teresa has been the undeniable star of Rhobh. Whether she was flipping a table in Danielle Staub's direction, navigating her highly publicized prison sentence, or staging a fairy tale wedding to Louis Rulas, Teresa has always drawn viewers in with her unfiltered personality. For Bravo, she's more than a housewife, she's an institution. But as the series enters uncertain territory, with long-standing cast members clashing off-camera and newer additions struggling to make an impact, the future of Rhobh looks shaky. It's no secret Bravo is concerned, a source close to production whispered. They need the women to deliver, but not at the cost of total implosion. And Teresa knows she's under pressure to hold it all together. The canceled reunion fallout. When Andy Cohen revealed that Bravo had scrapped the season 14 reunion, fans were stunned. The reunion is traditionally where simmering tensions explode into fireworks, and Teresa has always dominated those couches. But this time, producers allegedly feared it would do more harm than good. Teresa didn't want to lose that spotlight, another insider explained. But at the same time, she's smart enough to realize canceling a reunion sends a huge message. Things are out of control. She knows that if the show doesn't reset, it could collapse, and her name will forever be tied to that downfall. A family torn apart. Central to Teresa's desperation is her fractured relationship with her brother, Joe Gorga, and sister-in-law, Melissa. Once, the Giudice Gorga saga was ratings gold, but fans have grown weary of the endless screaming matches. There's only so many times you can watch Teresa and Melissa scream about loyalty, a Bravo viewer vented online. It's toxic at this point. According to reports, Bravo execs have urged Teresa to consider a truce. While a genuine reconciliation might feel impossible, a show of peace could reinvigorate storylines and ease tensions among the cast. She doesn't want to forgive Melissa, but she wants to save her show, an insider claimed. She's at a crossroads. Keep holding the grudge and risk the end of RHONJ, or swallow her pride for the bigger picture. Luis Roula's in the spotlight. Complicating matters further is Teresa's husband, Luis Roula's, whose business dealings and behavior have drawn scrutiny both on and off the show. Critics claim Luis fuels drama, while fans argue his presence only adds more chaos to Teresa's already turbulent storyline. Still, Teresa reportedly views Luis as her rock, and insiders say he's been the one encouraging her to attempt peace. Luis knows the stakes, a friend shared. He sees how upset Teresa gets when people question her place on RHONJ. He's been telling her to be the bigger person, to think about her daughters, her future, and her brand. If that means making peace with enemies, so be it. The business of Teresa. For Teresa, RHONJ isn't just reality TV, it's her livelihood. From cookbooks to podcasts to branded appearances, the platform Bravo provides has fueled her empire. Losing that spotlight would be devastating, both financially and emotionally. Teresa has worked too hard to walk away, a source said. She might not always admit it, but she needs Bravo as much as Bravo needs her. If that means making peace, even with people she can't stand, she'll do it. Fans growing restless. While some fans remain fiercely loyal to Teresa, others believe she's run out of steam. Social media is rife with calls for a reboot, fresh faces, and new storylines. Teresa is RHONJ, but even legends fade if the story never changes. One viewer posted on X, "We need drama, yes, but not the same recycled fights every season." This growing discontent may be fueling Teresa's urgency. She's aware that her power lies not just with Bravo executives, but with the viewers who tune in week after week. Still, no one expects Teresa to suddenly turn into a peacemaker without strings attached. She's considering a reset, one insider teased. But make no mistake, it'll be on Teresa's terms. She doesn't want to look weak. She wants to look like the hero who saves the show. That could mean orchestrating dramatic sit-downs with estranged castmates, extending olive branches in public, or even softening her famously fiery personality. Already, some have noticed Teresa striking a more measured tone on social media. She's testing the waters, a Bravo blogger noted. Posting family photos, avoiding shady digs, it's not her usual style. It feels like she's trying to rebuild her image. Behind the scenes, Bravo executives are reportedly weighing their options. Should they lean into Teresa's peacemaking arc and rebuild RHONJ around her? Or should they gamble on a massive cast shakeup, perhaps even sidelining their most iconic housewife? Teresa's willing to fight for her spot, but nothing is guaranteed, a network insider said. If she doesn't show she can evolve, the network may have no choice but to move forward without her. Whether Teresa's peace offerings are sincere or strategic, one thing is clear. She knows her time as Queen of Jersey is under threat. And for a woman who has clawed her way back from prison, divorce, and public scandal, the idea of losing her crown now is unthinkable. Teresa is in survival mode, a longtime friend revealed. She'll do whatever it takes to keep Rhobh alive. If that means hugging it out with Melissa on camera, don't be surprised. For Teresa, the show isn't just a job, it's her life. For fans, the idea of Teresa Giudice setting aside grudges to play peacemaker feels almost unrecognizable. But maybe that's exactly what Rhobh needs, because without her, the show might not survive, and without the show, Teresa could lose the stage she's ruled for 15 unforgettable seasons. One thing is certain, the drama isn't over, it's just changing shape. And if Teresa gets her way, the peace she's desperate to broker may be the very thing that saves the Garden State's most infamous franchise.